Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode on Supercar Tribe. So in the last episode, I was driving the Ferrari from Riyadh to Abu Dhabi for the Ferrari racing days, and I mentioned that the empty quarter kind of destroyed my car. So I thought I'd make an episode on exactly what happened, because it really it's just really bad. So as you can see, this is my my car as it was when I got it. It was in good condition overall. I'd say the front bumper had a little scratch, so we had that resprayed. But overall, the car was in good condition. Alloys were in good condition as well. And yeah, I mean, overall, I was pretty happy with it. But by the end of the journey, this is what it looks like. So this is just a sneak preview of what it looks like. This was not even the end of the journey, this was midway, and this is what the empty quarter did. You can see the sand there, that is the sand that was blowing across. So this is the journey that I was taking. It was from Riyadh to Abu Dhabi, and you can see that straight line in the middle, that is the empty quarter. It is literally a straight motorway going through the desert. Why was I driving through the desert? Well, to attend this event, driving the 296 GTB around the Abu Dhabi circuit. And this is actually what the empty quarter itself looks like. It's just sand dune after sand dune, and literally they built a road right through the middle of it. So I set up on my way. I had to leave really early because it was sort of 9 hours journey or something like that. And so I set out just after sunrise. So once I got onto Route 90M, it was a 424 kilometer drive, basically through the empty quarter, ending up at the Abu Dhabi border. So join me on the journey and I'll tell you all about it. I think I've just entered into the empty quarter now. Now this road is arrow straight. You can see up ahead. You can probably just about see in the distance. And this road is just straight. It actually just cuts through the desert. And at the moment it's still a little bit green here, and it's not so sand duney. Up ahead I'll be filming and I'll show you. It's just sand dune after sand dune. I drove down this route about a month and a half ago, when I went to Dubai, and Russell came in the Bentley, and yeah, it's very monotonous, very tiring. There's no petrol stations, so you literally have to fill up before you set out on this stretch of road. So a lot of people said to me, don't drive through the empty quarter. It is the quicker route rather than going around the more sort of the busier routes. So it cuts maybe about an hour off the journey time. In total, it's going to take me about 9 hours door to door to get to the hotel. And I'm staying at the W Hotel, guys, the one that actually is right where the Yas Marina Circuit is. The circuit actually passes through the hotel. Or underneath the hotel. So yeah, really looking forward to that. First time I'm staying there, although I've been to the hotel before, it's the actual first time I'm staying at the hotel itself. So all good, really looking forward to this. I'm going to get back to driving. I want to just hammer it through the empty quarter. So a little bit further down the road, and you can see it's got really quite dusty, it's quite windy, sand blowing across the road. And this is one of the things with the empty quarter, is that there's a lot of sandstorms. So you can see out in the distance it's quite hazy. Back there actually, before I could get the camera ready, it was really quite bad. It's actually calmed down a little bit now, but who knows, up ahead it might be even worse. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just going to continue pushing on. One of the things with the sand is it actually can strip off the paint off your car. So if you've got a brand new car or a nice paint job or something like that, you definitely don't want to be driving through the empty quarter. In my case, I think I mentioned before, I don't really like the matte paint on my car. I'm thinking of doing something about it, so we'll see about that. So again, you can see the sand is getting quite, it's again gone a bit hazy and dull at the front. Oh, there's something flying across the road over there as well. So I'm going to focus on the driving, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit up ahead when we've got some sand dunes. So now we're in the empty quarter properly, and this is the eastern region, the eastern province of Saudi Arabia, and you can see the sand is just blowing across. I was struggling to get my camera out because I was passing a bunch of trucks, and there was just loads of sand on the road, in the air. Driving through a sandstorm, and this is the good bit. Back there it was so bad, I literally had to slow down, switch my headlights on, and I was going to try and grab my phone and film it, but I couldn't. So this is a little bit better. I can actually see the road. Back there I couldn't see a thing, zero visibility. So what happened probably about 100 kilometers ago now is I was driving along and I saw something flying across the road, and sure enough, when my car got to that point, it hit my car, and it was a piece of wood, a piece of plywood. And I carried on driving because I knew it hit, and I thought, okay, it's probably done some damage, but the temperature was fine and it was driving okay, so I carried on driving. So one of the things, when I went around and checked the car, I checked the front of the car, and sure enough, that bloody piece of wood caused a bit of damage on the front bumper, which I'm not too annoyed about, because the thing is, as I said, I was going to get it resprayed anyway. I actually found pieces of wood behind the front number plate, inside the grille where the radiator is, so I was picking out pieces of wood from there. So I mean, my experience driving through the empty quarter this time is, it's a bit unforgiving, to be honest with you. They've built this motorway right through the sand dunes, and when you've got a sandstorm, it's a tough drive. It really is. I was actually thinking on my return journey, when I get to this section, it's gonna be sunset, maybe a little bit later. So I'm probably not going to do the empty quarter on the way back, just simply because it's so difficult. I mean, on the left side there's just sand dunes, and the sand is just blowing right across the road, and it's kind of it's bad enough in the daytime, with zero visibility at night time. God, you wouldn't even know which way the road is going. So I think I will avoid this road on the way back. So at the end of the empty quarter, I then pulled in at a petrol station and had a proper look, and it was just horrendous. I was shocked at how badly damaged the paintwork was. That sand inside the car, I thought it was wood first of all, but that's sand, but that at the top is wood, and I'm trying to get pieces of wood out. I spent the entire weekend getting pieces of wood out, and you can see just how windy it is. The wood just flies off into the distance. And there's lots of little bits of wood over there by the radiator. Luckily no damage to the radiator itself, so that was a bit of a godsend. But you can see even the number plate has been stripped. It's completely white. All the black paint has come off, but the bumper just looks horrendous. I was absolutely shocked. I wasn't expecting it at all, certainly not to this degree. The car just looks so bad. Here's another picture of the car. And you know, it was just, I just wasn't expecting this at all. So here's the car after about 1,000 kilometers, pretty much non-stop driving. It's I washed it last night, and now it needs another wash. But more worryingly, look at the front of that. That is just crazy. It's just stripped the paint off, even stripped it off the number plate. But that is just crazy. So, and you can see it's taken it off more this side, because that's where the wind was blowing. It's blowing across there. It's hazed out the lights as well. So we'll have to get that sorted out. But let's head upstairs and check in. So I had to get the car cleaned, and you know, this car wash was actually really cool. It's got a ramp you drive on, it raises up. You can get the underside cleaned as well if you want to, probably because of all the dust and the sand and stuff. It was a really cool car wash. They did a really good job, to be fair, considering how dirty it was. I got them to, we put the roof down, done the interior as well, but it came out really nice. One thing I noticed is when it was wet, it was so glossy. Maybe something for the future, maybe that's the way I want to go with the paint job. So if you look at the bumper, you can see on this side, it's completely stripped. The paint's completely stripped. And then on this side, it's not, and the reason for that is because the wind was blowing this way, and so it's stripped all the paint firstly from this side, But the other really annoying thing is, if you look at the alloys, even the paint has been stripped off the alloys as well. So you can see, for example, over there, wow, that actually feels rough. So the front one and the back one on this side have both been stripped. So I've just had the car washed, that's why it's more noticeable now. But if you look at this side, if you look at this front one, this one is more or less fine, because so you can see the inside is like darker shade, the outside is diamond polished, I guess, and even the headlights as well. So this headlight's not too bad. This one needs to be polished. Even that looks worn. That one looks worn as well. So it wasn't like this before. So the Ferraris have started to arrive. This is the 296 GTB. This is the same one that was parked outside, I believe. Really nice in this colour, I have to say. And we've also got what looks like a really great conditioned 599 GTB. V12, same engine as the Enzo. Really nice paint job on this. It's really well looked after. And you know, these sorts of aerodynamics were like new back in the days. So really great to see this here, Dubai car. Well, obviously in Abu Dhabi it's just down the road, about an hour's drive. So good to see this car out and about. So which would you take? The 599 or the 296? So there you go, guys. I mean, I was absolutely devastated, to be honest with you. I saw the car and I was just like, I haven't even got there yet, and then I'm going to be surrounded by all these really nice Ferraris, and you know, my car just looks like Rattarossa. It looks worse than Rattarossa, and this is my daily driver, so I was really quite gutted, to be honest with you. But I was there to enjoy the weekend, so I didn't let it affect me. I just thought, you know what it is at the end of the day, and I'll sort that out when I get back. But yeah, it was quite a weekend, and the next episode is going to be all about that weekend at the Yas Marina Circuit. All the cars, all the driving, the lunch, the world record, and also driving that 296 GTB around the track. And I'll tell you now, the car blew me away. It was 100 times better than I could ever have imagined. So I was really amazed to drive that car, and I'll tell you why in the next episode. So if you haven't already done so, then please do subscribe, like the video, and there will be having weekly videos coming out now. We've got so much content, actually. I mean, I've got so many episodes that are lined up, just sort of doing the editing, and every week we'll be looking to push one live. Take care and see you in the next episode.